Okay, good evening and welcome to tonight's live lesson. My name is Troy, and if you're joining us for the first time, welcome to the website, and I hope you're really enjoying what you're seeing. For all you regular subscribers, as always, welcome, and thank you very much for your video submissions. I'm really enjoying seeing your progress on the content from the site. Today's live lesson is live lesson number 172, and this is a basic lesson on accented triplets. Now, in this lesson, we're going to cover just some basic accent triplets, and what the goal is to try and develop the dynamic difference between soft notes and loud notes. So in a nutshell, we want to separate our loud notes and soft notes and make the difference as great as we can, because that is probably the single most, I reckon it's one of the hardest things to try and achieve on the drums, because we spend a lot of time working on single strokes and double strokes and all that, but with those rudiments, it's all monotonal. So we're trying to get every stroke to be at the same level. With this, what we're trying to do is we're trying to develop two different volume levels. So we've got non-accents, which we're going to try and keep as soft as we can. Usually around 2 centimeters off the drum head is pretty good. And the accent is pretty much going to be nice and loud as we can get it without, smashing it out. Now, one thing to remember with this, and this is a very important thing, your accents are not what you're focusing on. You're focusing on the non-accents. So the softer your non-accents are, the less ridiculous hard you have to play your accents. And a lot of people try and do the opposite. They try and play the accents really hard and forget about where the non-accents are. If your non-accents are here, and let me just go to a side cam so you can see what's going on. So if your accents or non-accents are here, then your accents will need to be here. And that's pretty hard to try and maintain. So, but if we bring our non-accents nice and soft, then our accents only really need to be a little bit harder than that. So they can be more like this. So there we can hear there's actually quite a big difference between the accents and the non-accents. And like I said, if you just focus on trying to get those non-accents as soft as you can, that's where you're going to see the most results. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind when you're doing this. Now, when you're playing the non-accents, notice I'm not lifting my stick up. So when I'm playing a non-accent, my stick is already at probably the 2 centimeter mark off the drum. And all I'm going to do to play the non-accent is I'm going to do what's called a drop or a tap. I'm just going to do this. All right, so from there, I'm just dropping the stick. I'm not going to lift up to come down, okay? So soft, down. Now the mistake I see most students make, or sort of young drummers, I guess, not young in age, but young in their progress, is they go to play non-accent and they do this. So they're lifting up to come down. You just need to drop from there. And that, surprisingly, is a very hard thing to try and develop. So you just want to be able to go 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and or whatever. You just want to be able to play those non-accents. And then when you're playing an accent, on the way up for the accent, you drop the stick and you get your non-accent, and then you come down, bang, and you play your accent. And lead with the wrist for the accent, and that will give you a nice, strong accent without you trying to really kill yourself in trying to play that stroke. So let's look at number 1. Now these are triplet based, so keep that in mind. I will do another lesson. I think there's already a lesson up on the website about accented 16ths. I think there's probably even a lesson up about this, but I just really wanted to do a live lesson about it because it's very important. And for more in-depth stuff, go and look at the pre-recorded lesson. So anyway, in looking at this, so in the first one, we've got accents on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, because these are triplets, we're going to be alternating hands. So triplets are an odd number. So it's 3, you got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and So the accent's going to be on the downbeat, and those non-accents are going to stay nice and soft, as soft as you can get them. We'll do this fairly slow. Let's do it at, let me turn on the triplet. Let's do it about 40 beats per minute. Okay, we'll do it at 40 beats per minute. Actually, no, we'll do it at 30 beats per minute. Because I really want you guys to focus on developing that difference. Now, that's the other thing. Don't go for speed. Speed is it'll come later. Don't sit there trying to focus on, well, I've got to get these fast. Go for quality and get comfortable with that tempo and build up add speed gradually. So once you feel comfortable at a slow tempo and you're nailing it and everything's working, you've got the right amount of non-accents and the contrast is great, then you can speed it up. But don't jump up ahead too much. Remember, especially at these lower tempos, 5 beats per minute is quite a lot in terms of percentage. So whereas five beats per minute at 100 is not that much. So at these lower tempos, increasing by even 2 or 3 beats per minute is quite a lot. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's have a go at this one. Remember, keep those non-accents as soft as you can, and we're gonna just bring up those accents. We're not gonna play them stupid loud, but remember, lead with your wrist, all right? And try, and just for the sake of this exercise, just try and keep that little finger around the stick, but not choking the stick, just so it ensures that you're going to use your wrist. So here we go, 30 beats per minute, number 1. Cool. So now we're going to move on to number 2. Now number 2, all it does is we're going to jump onto now the and. So when we're counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so that now the accent's on the end basically. So let's do that again at 30 beats per minute. Cool. So now number 3 is going to be the same thing, except now we're playing on the R. So 1 and R, 2 and R, 3 and R, 4 and R. So let's give that a go, nice and slow again at 30 beats per minute. Cool. So let's jump over to now number 4. Now number 4, we've got, this is where it starts to change up. So the first 3 are just going to take you through those different accents on each of the beats, so 1 and A. Now we're going to be combining some. So now we've got the accents on 1, all right, so the 1 of 1, 1, and then we've got the and of 2, then 3, then the and of 4. So let's do that nice and slowly, 30 beats per minute. Here we go. Great. Now, lastly, we're going to be looking at number 5. Yeah. So now with number 5, we've got an accent on the 1, and we've got an accent on the A of 2, then the 3, and then the A of 4. And yeah, after this one, I'm going to be taking questions. So if you do have any questions, now's the time to start getting those ready. Here we go. Here's number 5. So before wrapping them up, I'm just going to speed it up to 60, and I'll play from 1 to 5 again at 60. And then I'm going to take questions after this. Cool, and that brings us to the end of today's lesson. So hope you enjoyed that. Now the thing is, be prepared. This isn't easy stuff. This is stuff that you're going to have to really work on, especially if you're at that basic level and this is all new to you. Don't expect to just jump straight over and, oh yeah, this is going to be really easy. It's quite the opposite. It's really difficult, and it took me months of work to try and develop this. And I'm not trying to put you off. I'm just trying to tell you how it is. Like, be fussy about it. I can't be in a room there to watch you practice. I mean, I can see the videos that you're going to send me, which I'm really looking forward to, but be prepared. More than likely when I've received videos like that, the main thing that I've always said, even when I've taught students face-to-face and they've come back next week, first thing I say is make your ghost notes softer. You really need to try and get those ghost notes as soft as you can. I'm not here to blow sunshine up your backside and tell you how good you are. I'm here to tell you what you need to fix and how to make you a better drummer. My goal is to try and make you a better player than I am. If I can do that, then I'm doing my job basically. So really important. So if I'm going to do that, you should be trying to pick on that stuff as well. So one good tip I could give you is to practice this in front of a mirror, just to give yourself a different perspective, because from this angle, everything will look even and it'll look fine, and the dynamic variation will look quite good. But from a different perspective, so sitting in front of a mirror, for example, you'll see it and you go, oh, wow, not only are my soft notes stay like they're still up pretty high, but my right hand's coming up quite a bit more than my left hand. So you can even stuff out like that and really try and make the difference great. Just make a contrast there. Also, be fussy with trying to relax and get that wrist movement. That's very, very important before you even consider trying to increase the tempo. And just be prepared to just spend some time. I haven't printed out the other side of this. Give me one sec, I'll tell you how many there are of these. So, okay, so page 2. Okay, so you got 26 patterns in total. The way I would recommend that you practice them is to maybe do 6 a day for 2 minutes each. The next day do the next 6. And then the next day do the next 6. It's really important that you understand this. After 2 minutes, move on. Don't sit there trying to perfect each one and try and make it perfect before moving on to it. You want to try and build everything up slowly. And just from practicing different ones, like say if you get stuck at number 3, by the time you practice all the other ones and you come back around, number 3 is going to be much better. It's just the way it works. So if you try and sit there and perfect every single one before moving on, you will spend months and months on this stuff. So just, try and keep that in mind. Okay, let's see if we do have any questions. All right, bear with me for one moment. Okay, no, there doesn't seem to be any questions. So we'll wrap up there. If you do have any questions, please hit me up at info@interdrums.com, or you can ask me any of your questions in any of our other live lessons, or you can hit me up in your student review. So when you record yourself, submit that video and upload it to the site. Ask your question in that video. I'll answer the question back with my video response to you. And remember, nobody else can see that, so please don't be embarrassed. Just submit those videos. This week, I'm definitely going to be doing a tutorial on how to do that exactly. And just so you guys have you know how to do it, so you're not uploading some crazy 4K file that's going to be like 27 gig just to show me what you're doing. So I'll break that down and I'll let you know, and I'll show you how to do it with an iPhone, and you can just take that and you can do it with any Samsung product or any other Android or Google, any other phone. So anyway, on that note, we're going to wrap up. Have a fantastic week and enjoy that. I look forward to seeing your videos. Until I see them, happy practicing.